Onward now to hints. But hints about what? Hints about Mars? Hints about something else? Each world's worse than the last. Perhaps there's a glimmer of hope. Well, we haven't seen much hope lately, so I'll take whatever we can get. ADA status awaiting input. Everything's fine with the computer. Greatness abounds. The founders have blessed technology for anti-creeper sprayer decoded. Well, that's good. I'm sorry. Praise be the founders! Yes, that's the phrase. Sarge, software anomaly yielded productive results. Delay deletion for one additional cycle. Sarge, you have issues. Sprayer technology should be immediately utilized. Mission priority nullification. That's not what it says. Nullification is optional. Sarge, you have bloodlust. And you need to be taken for reprogramming or reconditioning. How do you do therapy on a computer anyway? We need to figure out a way to do that for this particular AI. Brothers. So the hippie is referring to the other two as brothers. Interesting. We must not adapt the ways of those who have lost the path. Doesn't want us to weaponize anti-creeper? We should embrace sacrifice, and they'll persuade the others of our good intentions. What others? Are there other computerized intelligences out there? We talking about the creeper? I mean, you're not going to be able to convince them of much. Go in peace, traveler. Yeah, not much luck of that. Not much chance at all. Okay, so we're going to deploy down here with our energy per usual. And Sarge notes the presence of Crimson Creeper. Hardened and resistant to known weaponry, utilize anti-creeper and superior tactical maneuvers to dominate it. Well, at least he's not an idiot. And Danu agrees, not that she has much choice. Okay, so these up here are the Crimson. I thought regular creeper was bad. You were right, it is bad. This is just worse. Okay, and then emitters are 50 every half of a second, so a total of 100 per second for each. Those are stronger than we've seen before, but at least there's only 2 of them. 2 spores each in 4 minutes. That's at least not a lot. We've got the delegate up here for the reclaim objective. We don't have to do that. We just have to get the totems and collect our software upgrade or whatever that is. More resource terrain and green arm other for a liftic. Similar to mechanism to AC temples I've encountered, but there's a difference. This one has an energy icon. All we have to do is get power to it. We don't have to supply that one with bluite. Read on. Not a lot of it, but we have some for missiles. So I'm probably going to want to try to get the factory up quickly because this doesn't have a huge extraction rate. Lots of miners set to bluite mode to be needed for the sprayer weapon. That is true, but I also probably am going to need to use some of that for energy. In any case, let's get a roll on. We have about 110 energy to begin with, so we can go fairly aggressively here in terms of getting our initial tower set up. There we go. Let's throw one out there. Get these up here to secure good connections down below. I would like to have some up here. That should work. Let's get some along these pathways. And we'll eventually get connected up there. Okay, now let's move on to... You know what? I think I want to start the factory now. Just because I really am concerned about that read-on. And then let's get a few of these miners rolling. And at first I'm just going to have them all to energy. So that we can help them use them to produce more miners. Okay, now Anti-Creeper is starting over there. That's good. We may lose some of those towers anyway, but it will keep us from getting totally overrun. I'm waiting for our storage to start ticking back up, and now it is. Let's go ahead and throw a row of these down here. And we kind of have to leave gaps here for some spaces. I'm not totally master playing this, but I'm trying to be in a situation where we don't have too much of an issue. Okay, we're going to want a full row here. Let's put a couple there. And leave a gap there as well. Because I need a tower here to reach all the way down to that corner. Okay. So now we are moving those up. And we're going to go for mortars. For the moment, I'm not going to produce any bluite. We're doing fine on energy. At least for now. A couple here. See if I can get away with only one down here. The creeper is coming in. But we do have AC to fight it off. So we'll see. Energy is still good. Okay, so I want to start converting some of these to bluite. I'm just going to take... And... Yeah, that's pretty good. That's about half. But I'm actually getting ahead of myself, because I need missiles. And they're going to come soon. So I need to spam these, and then I can worry about my sprayers. I'm just trying to use all of these high locations that I can. And it doesn't look like we're quite connected there, actually. Let's... Huh, weird. No, we are connected. I just wasn't seeing the line. Alright. We're all good. Is that a blind moment? Alright. So now we need to get sprayers up to make use of the bluite as we are filling everything else up. The missiles being filled with Redon. And I want to build a bunch of these at once. And much like in Creeper World 3, we can collect AC, we can dispatch this, or we can have these always on, meaning they spray regardless of whether there's enemy in range. That's definitely what I want to do. Let's get a couple of these out here. I'd really like to have them actually all the way out here on on the steps. For lack of a better term. Now they're spreading it around. And I want to disperse these in various areas. Factory is very much still increasing in bluite, so we have not maxed out what we can produce. So, I'll build another batch. I'm just going to sort of throw up half a dozen of these at a time. And see how we go. Now, we're starting to get some penetration there. It's coming out over this way. Over here is where it looks like we need more. And then also, if we can push... Oops, I'm not quite ready. Ah. There we go. Always on. And I just want to grab a few of these and just throw them over here. Yeah, you're having trouble. Let's add more to that side. We can shore up everything else later. Let's just move you over there. Looks like we're more or less stable now in terms of our factory production. Not seeing anything blowing up at the moment, which is good. Let's see, I think we can afford to go ahead and switch some more of these over to bluite. Energy-wise. I don't want to go with them all yet. Okay, so all of you, always on. Definitely have lost some at the factory. But this is a lot of sprayers. let's go ahead and see if we can... Yeah, let's throw a couple down there. Nothing there, so let's go ahead and grab some more energy. Just a little bit down in this area as we push out. I would like to have some more up here. Okay, not much left. Let's go over here now and grab some of this extra resource. Let's see. I'd kind of like to build these towers around the edges if I can. But they need line of sight or whatever. Okay. So we're going to mine. Let's flip you this way. There, that's probably as good as anything. Throw a couple towers there. I'm gonna bring all of that in, and that will all go blueite. And our factory is out. So, I think that means it's time for me to flip everything else over to blueite and see where we are. Are we actually increase? Well, this is still going. So I've got to wait for all these to come in. Okay, what did we lose? A tower? Where? Okay. They pushed in there. That's not too bad. I can deal with that. We don't appear to be increasing with our sprayers at all. Okay, so if anything, we've got too many sprayers at the moment. And they're not all really functioning. But I'd rather have it maxed out. So let's advance out into this area that we have won. And over here, we're a little short. I'm just going to gradually destroy a few of these sprayers. Just to balance it out a bit more. Let's see, let's move. Move you over this way. I want to get this mortar headed out this way. And we have enough energy to grab more. And actually, what we need to do is just get the weapons we have further out. Because some of these mortars can't shoot anything. So, we're producing enough AC to push the enemy back. We've passed that equilibrium point that pretty much defines success or failure in Creeper World. But then we also have, you can see the ribbons of Crimson. So the whole tactical maneuvering idea that Sarge was talking about, we have to attack in a way that's considering all of that. Oh, we're close enough to grab this. But look at what the mortars do over here. Like, it sort of bounces off the Crimson. Data analyzer. Data record greater than 8,000 standard Earth years. Monty Joven. Yeah, you've got to stick with the same names. Joven. Founders will be proud. Identified a weakness in the Creeper. Well, that is a glimmer of hope. The prophecy. Whose prophecy? Are we talking Platius again? The Creeper will prevail, but we shall continue in what other lands? Data on the discovery of how to do that is forthcoming. Hope you understand. I'll be with you soon. It is very human, Danu. But also, the spelling is very similar, of course, to that of Sarge and Preacher, etc. So, they clearly weren't made by us, but perhaps the same civilization that wrote this message is the one that created these AIs? We have a puzzling scenario. Let's go ahead and get rid of this sprayer. So I think it's time to start. I'm just sort of putting these around. I think we're almost close to even, but not quite. I'll eliminate another one. I want to get everything to the front line. And you can see this wave here. That's another thing that happens when you destroy a sprayer that has a bunch of AC in it. It just sort of dumps it out on the terrain. So you don't even lose it. And let's get you down here. And we do have plenty of energy now for more mortars. And I think, always like the combination of mortars and sprayers. I'm not a big fan of using cannons when you have sprayers available because you don't need anything to hold the line. The line is already held. I have not built a refinery. I should have done so. We actually can build it right inside our base, I think. If I can find... Yeah, there we go. There's a spot. Shouldn't need more than one, I wouldn't imagine. I don't think we're connected to that tower. Alright. Like to have... Yeah, I'd like to have one there. Let's see if we can get you out there. And another one, because that looks like a decent amount of crimson, etc. So, what I would like to do, I'd like to grab these totems. Well, I want to grab this one first. Can we? Not quite. If I can survive that one, I'll make it. Let's move up. Let's move you up. And move you up. So our anti-creeper total on the map, we've got about a third of the anti-creeper as they have creeper. Look at that, over 13k. It's very nice. Okay, we're hooking up here. Gradually generating the liftic. We've got tons of bluite and redon. There we go. So that's going to shield us here. Now, how to get these two is the question. And I think it's probably going to be best to go up this way. Take the high ground. That's what I'm going to attempt to do at any rate. And why not just throw another one of these up here just to... There you can see the green R harvesting going on. Okay. And there we can see again the mortar hitting the, you know, not doing much there. And so I think what works, what I'm going to try to do it anyway, is hit, like the areas where the crimson is, I want to really focus on the sprayers. Because they're going to be more effective there. And then the area where they aren't, I can more effectively clear the path with my mortars. Let's move all of these up. Looks like we're clearing a path pretty well here. Sprayers are just so much fun to use, watching them eat into the enemy formation. It's a beautiful thing. I don't really care about this. I just sort of want to bypass the spores right now. Keep pushing on to this. I want to get rid of that emitter. Because once I get that under control, I can take this and probably just walk my way down there. These are doing fine over here, but we're not pushing it back that much. I will pull this mortar forward. Let's see. I can probably take these two as well. I can always build more weapons, but reallocating them can be just as effective, if not more. Onwards. It's getting a little tight here now as we get closer to this emitter. But we're still pushing it back. Alright, now we've sort of gained the end of this plateau, or at least close to it. I think we can go after nullifying it now. Yeah, that should work. And then once that's in place, can we nullify the Crimson? Nope. The Crimson Creeper is just there, but it doesn't, like, it's evaporating because our AC has taken the area. Something happened there. I think it was a spore. So we'll throw a missile there. Put this nullifier back up. You know what? Probably doesn't hurt just to throw this here and eliminate that as a problem anyway. Let's get a little bit closer here. But we are not going to do a whole lot until we nullify this, because everything's going to shoot at that. It's just sucking up a lot of our firepower. Dominating those Crimson generators is really going to help us here as well. Come on, power up. You got this. Power up. And this one is powering up as well. There we go. Alright, so now. Connection there. And our AC is just rolling down this hill. Which is exactly what the plan was. And let's get down here further. That's a good spot to be if we can hold it. Flank with some more towers. Alright, we're about in position. Yep, I think we're there now. Just build me that tower, and we're home free. Crimson is really, I think, an interesting enemy, but it's not one that's horrible. we definitely have ways to counter it. Okay, we've gotten our hints and we're out of here. Starting to approach the halfway point. Serious. It hasn't been serious up till now? That could be an issue. But it will wait. Thanks for watching, everybody. More Creeper World 4 coming up soon.